What's up, my comic comrades? Today we continue breaking down DC's Infinite Frontier miniseries with issues 4 and 5. The finale of the series actually dropped this week with issue 6, so be sure to pick that up and show the creators some love. But we'll also be dropping our episode breaking down the finale and where it's taking the DC universe on September 22nd, so keep an eye out for that. I'll also add that if you haven't read the first 3 issues of this series or watched our videos on them, you could bring yourself up to speed by watching our previous episodes on Infinite Frontier right here. And before we dive in, we want to let you guys know that Variant the Podcast has officially returned. As mentioned in a couple previous episodes, we had to take a bit of a hiatus because of scheduling issues, but we are back and excited to be talking all things geekdom with all of you. For the first episode back, Tim and I get caught up on a lot of things that happened while we've been away. You could watch or listen to that right here. But before we dive into Infinite Frontier, we want to thank Dr. Squatch for sponsoring today's episode.
We all like soap, right? Because here's the thing, nobody wants to smell like a wampa. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, no.
You know, like the Star Wars creature. Because Star Wars.
Fair enough, continue.
So you want to hurry and order this Star Wars soap collection by Dr. Squatch, which is only available while supplies last. Just click the link in the description below. We all know that when you're smelling like you just stepped out of an Imperial trash compactor, it's time to spread some suds so you can take on the Empire. The problem is, when you flip your bubble blaster around and take a gander at the ingredients, you'll find a list of chemicals harder to pronounce than Powduck-Drabatacket, Saptarecti, Linkti, Powduck-Drabatacket. You know what I'm saying? The point is, I ain't spreading that across my Beskar armor.
Can you just do this normal?
No. And that, my friends, is where the Star Wars soap collection by Dr. Squatch comes in to take my shower game to a galaxy far, far away. Not only are these beauties true to Dr. Squatch with the soaps made with natural ingredients free from harsh chemicals and detergents, but as you can see, we have this unique, limited time only Star Wars collection packaging with both the light side and the dark side. I've of course used it myself, and as many of you may have guessed, I went with the dark side, with rough, exfoliating bars and musky scents since I want to attack the funk mercilessly, like a Sith Lord. And honestly, after using it, there really is a massive difference from other soaps. The scent, how your skin feels, it's a whole new experience. So, if you ever have to survive the cold by sleeping inside a tauntaun carcass, you'll want to grab these bad boys to freshen your human suit without damaging it with all the chemicals of the other guys. So again, you'll want to hurry and order the new Star Wars soap collection by Dr. Squatch because it's only available while supplies last. Just click the link in the description below.
Come on, who doesn't want some Only Hope soap? With that said, let's see how Darkseid is shaking up the DC universe. The issue starts off with Captain Carrot talking to Machine Man saying, "I miss my world. After this business with Papa Batman is over, I think I might go home to Earth 26 and stay for a bit. Finally settle down with a nice bunny." But he then realizes Machine Man doesn't have his helmet on and says, "Sorry, didn't mean to catch you in a state of, undress." Machine Man responds, "It's fine, Captain Carrot. Sometimes I need to let the man out to breathe. Remind myself why I want to keep the multiverse safe." Captain Carrot then tells him, "Speaking of, all the crashed multiverse ship parts are in your lab." The two then start walking together, and Captain Carrot asks, "You hear from President Superman and his new tag team buddy?" Machine Man replies, "Not yet." On the next page, we are taken to the White House where we see President Superman showing Thomas Wayne around, with Thomas Wayne saying, "You weren't kidding about being president. How did you go from being the last son of a dying world to commander-in-chief?" President Superman replies, "It's a long story." Then all of a sudden, an employee of the White House yells, "Sir, President Ellis, sir. You haven't been seen in nearly 24 hours, and we were growing concerned, but we've kept the world running without you and Superman." He then tells her, "I need you to buy me one more day, okay?" She then says, "Fine, but members of Congress want to talk to you about the Multiverse Awareness Act. And the press have a lot of questions about what you're going to do on any future multiverse attacks. And your mom and dad call to ask what happened to the man in the field," as she stares at Thomas. Once she leaves, Thomas tells Ellis, "She's got a thing for you." He says, "I know, but Helix, code home away from home." As we see the Oval Office turn into the Fortress of Solitude, with Thomas Wayne saying, "You turn the Oval Office into some kind of fortress?" Superman replies, "It saves time." Superman then tells Helix, "Run a search for Lex Luthor." He then tells Thomas he was developing a way to travel to other worlds in the multiverse, a transmatter symphonic array, but he never finished it. Thomas Wayne then says, "Hold up. Are those your parents? Do you spy on your loved ones too? Well done." Which obviously is something only a Batman would say. Long story short, after doing some calculations, President Superman finds the location of Lex Luthor and tells Thomas he'll know I'm coming for him. Thomas then replies, "So we're walking into a trap? Good thing we brought our real suits," as they rip open their button-downs, revealing their real suits. This alternate version of the world's finest then makes their way to the location of Lex Luthor, but once they arrive, they have to tear through some drones first. After they eliminate the drones and start making their way to Lex, Superman says, "I could still take you home, back to Earth Zero, back to your son." But Thomas says, "No, my family was taken from me in my reality, a long time ago. I had a chance of getting a glimpse of my family back, but instead, I ruined them. Hurt myself in ways I can never forgive myself for, and I don't want to see the damage I left behind." As he remembers fighting Bruce during Tom King's Batman run, trying to get Bruce to quit being Batman, using extreme methods like teaming up with Bane. Anyway, after this, President Superman finds the room Lex is in and rips open the door saying, "Luthor, we have some questions. Don't make this difficult." But as they enter the room, President Superman sees that Lex Luthor has been killed, and Thomas says, That's pretty fresh, maybe a day or two. As he looks at blueprints on the walls, he says, Calvin, your Lex designed the shuttle and someone killed him for it, which as we know from previous issues is the shuttle that Bones has been using. We are then taken to Earth Zero where we see Agent Chase is talking to Bones, having a disagreement, as Chase says, this wasn't the deal, Bones. I didn't sign up to start taking out heroes and holding them hostage. I signed up to learn the truth about the changes to our reality. He tells her, that's what we're doing, Cameron. You saw how dangerous the multiverse is firsthand. Your lucky extract saved you from the fake Captain Atom from another world, telling us how she survived that explosion from earlier issues. She then sends Bones, but that Captain Atom, he said something before he blew himself up. Darkseid is. Bones replies, oh that? Do you trust him or me? They then walk into a room where Alan Scott and Obsidian are tied up, with Obsidian saying, where is she, Bones? Where is my sister? The rest of the Justice Society will come looking for us, and once I'm free, I'm gonna drown you in darkness. Alan Scott then speaks up saying, you know, my son's right. That's how these things always play out. Extract then gets in Alan's face saying, she's lost. Sort of. She resisted us and paid the price, referring to his daughter Jade. She then tells her men, load the elderly Green Lantern and Obsidian into the carrier arc. Train leaves in 90 seconds. Agent Chase then hears a conversation between Bones and Extract and finds out that one of Bones' other ships has caught Roy Harper. She then asks, Roy Harper? But he's dead. He replies, another reason Extract must hurry. Chase then asks, where are they going? Bones replies, classified. Chase then tells Bones, anytime you say that, it means deep, dark garbage. Bones then tells Chase as he pulls up a hologram, you must understand, our world is constantly under attack. Often it's people from here, but the most dangerous have been from outside. We can't take another time-space event, and heroes are doing nothing to cut it off at the pass. So I bit the bullet and made a deal. One that will keep our world protected from the rest of the multiverse. And once we're done, we'll be safe. As he shows her several of the threats the multiverse has had over the years, such as Perpetua, the Anti-Monitor, Alexander Luthor, Superboy Prime, and so on and so forth. Bones then finishes saying to Chase, now come on, we have work to do. And trust me, you don't want to be on that ship when it takes off. She then shoots him in the foot saying, we're all going. And he just looks at her saying, you don't understand. It's a place of endings. You've doomed us, Chase, as the ship takes off. We are then taken to the bleed where issue 3 left off with Infinite Ink, getting ready to square off against Roy Harper, Black Lantern. But as they attack Roy Harper, he's able to hold them off. And while he's fighting Infinite Ink, Jade realizes this Black Lantern is Roy Harper and tells her team to stop. She then says, Roy, hey, I know you're in there. I heard what happened to you. I thought you were dead. She then hugged him and seeing a familiar face causes him to snap out of his zombie Black Lantern mode. Roy then answers Jade saying, I thought I was dead too. I guess this ring had other ideas. But every time I use it, it turns me into, well, you saw. Damage and Atom Smasher then ask, why don't you just take the ring off? He replies, what if this ring is the only thing keeping me alive? And it showed me that my daughter is alive. I need to figure out where she is. He then asks Jade, how did you get up here in the bleed? She then tells him, after we came back, the JSA was already scattered to the winds, trying to rebuild what we lost. I wanted to plan a meeting to check each other's notes, and honestly, just spend time together. Not everyone could make it, but it was nice seeing some familiar faces. Then a woman named Extract teleported in with an army and just started blasting. The gun seemed to teleport away whoever it hit. It all happened so fast. It was chaos. When she hit me with the gun, it triggered something inside the Starheart. Next thing I knew, I woke up inside the bleed. Something has gone wrong. They were trying to kidnap people from our world. Power Girl then jumps in with her foot on top of Hammond saying, Jade helped some of us escape this troll, but we've been lost in the bleed until your ship showed up. Which finally tells us what happened to Jade and the rest of these Infinite Ink members, because remember, Alan Scott and Obsidian have been trying to figure out what happened to Jade this entire time. And now, we know. Anyway, Jade says the multiverse was restored, but not everyone has all their memories back, and someone is taking advantage of that. Also, the ship is getting a signal from another ship, a frequency to go to some secret location. They want us, then we're gonna show up on their front door. And when she hits the button, they're teleported to Earth Omega, where they see a crap ton of Anti-Monitor shadow demons flying. We also get panels of the Flash and Psycho Pirate, also on Earth Omega. But when the ship that Bones and Extract are on teleport in, it crashes into the one that Roy Harper and Jade are on, with both ships crash landing. Meanwhile, back at the House of Heroes, we see Thomas Wayne looking at a bunch of different versions of Batman from different worlds, telling himself, I didn't beat him. He came back stronger. He has a family with him. I tried to tell you not to be Batman, like a foolish, scared old man. That was wrong of me. You were always Batman. At which point he's blasted by Machine Man, who turns on the entire Justice Incarnate team. And once he's laid them out, he tells them, years ago, my world, Earth 8, was invaded by an alternate reality. We tried to fight the war in secret, but ultimately we lost. I lost. For years I questioned how, and all the signs pointed to one place, Earth 0. Now I don't want to destroy the multiverse, I just want to keep us separate. No more crossovers between worlds. But ironically, I wasn't alone. There are a lot of people in the multiverse who feel the same. And so we came together knowing there must be a sacrifice to correct a great injustice. As we see, he's recruited a whole team of villains from across the multiverse, creating the Injustice League Incarnate. One of the members even includes a Yellow Lantern Joker. But just like that, the issue ends, which brings us to issue 5. Issue 5 starts off with Psycho Pirate saying the multiverse is real. You and I both know that. And yet those people on Earth Zero think I was nuts. They locked me up, threw me in Arkham for years, instead of listening to me, helping me. They had the truth. My world was the original Earth 2, the one before the first big crisis. When the multiverse was recreated, my Earth 2 no longer existed, replaced by a brand new fancy one. How do you think that made me feel? Then on the next page, we see that Psycho Pirate is talking to Bones from Earth 0 and Machine Man from Earth 8, continuing to tell them, now you don't want what happened to me to happen to you, do you? Your world deemed no longer necessary as a thing of the past. We've seen it happen again and again, right? Every time there's some crisis, someone gets hurt, a world gets hurt. So much heartbreaking horror. It's tragic. The heroes of Earth 0 celebrate the win, and because of the restart, they don't even remember what they're missing, you know? And you know it'll happen again, and you have to ask, is my world next? Now, Darkseid offered us a deal. If you follow my very simple instructions, Darkseid will guarantee your world is protected, away from the dangerous Earth 0. But someday I will call on you to back me up. And when I call, you better come running. But hopefully everything goes according to plan and it never comes to that, revealing to us that Psycho Pirate is the one behind Bones and Machine Man's plan, and why both of them are doing what they're doing to protect their respective Earths. But ultimately, it's all Darkseid's plan as Psycho Pirate is working for him, but we'll get to that later. We are then brought back to present on Earth Omega, where we see wreckage from the 2 crashed ships from the last issue. And we see Bones getting out of the wreckage yelling at Agent Chase saying, I did everything I could to avoid this. Reality is weak. Look what it did to me. The rules of the multiverse have been broken too many times. It will kill us all, so I did whatever I could to save us. And you messed that up. Agent Chase then asks, what did you do? He tells her, I made a deal. If I gave Darkseid sacrifices from our world, he would keep Earth 0 safe from the coming crisis. She replies, you gave him heroes? He says there are some people from different worlds that have multiversal energy left inside of them. When the multiverse was put back together, some people retained the energy inside of them. It could be exploited, which is what Darkseid wanted. And this finally starts revealing to us what the heck Darkseid's plan is and what's going on. On the next page, Alan Scott and Obsidian start attacking Bones, saying, why us? Is this because of our past? He says, because you're like me. You didn't start on Earth 0. You're both from the original Earth 2. You were erased before, forgotten. I thought no one would notice if you were gone again. Bones then starts to attack Alan Scott, but is knocked out by Jade with the power of her Starheart. After this, Agent Chase sees Roy Harper and says, why are you not dead? He tells her, I think the ring is keeping me alive. It showed me my daughter was alive and here. At this point, Extract speaks up saying, well, if it isn't everyone's favorite Black Lantern. Agent Chase then asks, would you shut up, Extract? Who the hell are you? She then tells her, well, since you asked, and then on the next page, she reveals by taking off her mask, she's an alternate version of Agent Chase from Earth 2. She then tells Earth 0 Agent Chase, I was erased in the crisis, and when the multiverse was recently restored, so was I. I found Bones and told him everything. He then put me to work, just like you. Alan Scott then asks, what are you doing to the Flash? And Psycho Pirate answers, the Flash was the first person to travel from Earth to Earth. And once Barry cracks open the multiverse, Darkseid will finally have access to what rests beyond, able to use the power to control all worlds in our multiverse. Power Girl and the rest of the Justice Incarnate then threaten to stop Psycho Pirate, but he just looks at them saying, you really think I would come all this way out here without some backup? Meet my Injustice Incarnate, as they come flying out of a portal attacking our heroes. And this starts a huge battle between Justice Incarnate and Injustice Incarnate. All the while, the Flash is being controlled and tricked by Psycho Pirate into breaking through to the multiverse. President Superman then comes in telling Barry, snap out of it, but Machine Man corners him and stops him by using Meta Knight, which is President Superman's version of Kryptonite. Machine Man also tells President Superman, I'm the one who killed your Lex, Calvin. He got scared and questioned what we were doing, but he still told me your weakness, which is the Meta Knight. Black Lantern Roy Harper then asks, where are these energy chains coming from that's binding all of us? Psycho Pirate then answers, Earth Omega. All of us here, our connections to the multiverse powers Earth Omega. It's a prison world, and the chains that bind it grow. No more multiversal travel, no more connections between worlds. Darkseid has all the power he needs to control it all. With every hero now bound and chained on Earth except Roy Harper, Psycho Pirate says, and now it's just you, Roy Harper. Forever the last son, the final piece. Psycho Pirate continues to tell Roy, your ring, it's not from Earth 0, it's something else, in disguise. Something much older and darker. When the multiverse was restored, it unlocked things that were hidden for a long time. When the Batman Who Laughs transformed the world into his image, your Batman used the Black Lantern ring to resurrect the dead, including you, which is how and why Roy Harper is alive once again. So it's not the Black Lantern ring keeping him alive as he thought. What's crazier than that is that the Black Lantern ring he's wearing actually isn't a Black Lantern ring, it's a Black Lantern ring in disguise. Psycho Pirate then continues to say, I will offer you the same deal I offered Bones. If you help me now, we will leave Earth 0 alone. Your daughter will be safe. Roy then says, wait, Leanne isn't here? That means she's alive and she's back home. You said this ring is powered by suffering. I've got more than enough, as he unleashes the full power of his ring. He then screams, telling the heroes, I have faith in all of you, damn it. Save my daughter, save the multiverse. Goodbye. Psycho Pirate then says, "Oh Roy, you have no idea what you just did." And on the next page, we see Roy unleashing all of his power, which releases the heroes and his friends, with President Superman saying, "You're done, Psycho Pirate." But through a portal, a voice says, "It's too late, and any battle now will only feed my power. The multiverse barriers have been created, and all of its citizens will be mine." And on the final page of the issue, we see a blacked out Darkseid has arrived, holding Roy Harper by chains, saying, "And with my Omega Lantern at my side, I control all." And with that, issue 5 ends. Holy crap, guys, Roy isn't a Black Lantern at all. In fact, he's a brand new lantern created by Darkseid, an Omega Lantern. Things are getting crazy, and with only one issue left, I can't wait to see where this goes and what Darkseid has in store for our heroes. So, in summary, I'm excited to see what happens next. But what do you guys think? Are you liking this series thus far? Let us know in the comments. And that's gonna bring today's episode of Variant to a close. But if you like today's video, check out this one right here. And if you like all of the content, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It always helps the channel grow. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.